here's the state of this room. We're on the subfloor. I ripped out the old carpet. I have painted all the walls, removed the popcorn ceiling, primed and painted the ceiling. Installed this fan. We still need to do crown molding. Painted in here as well in one of the closets. And then the other closet, I ran out of paint, but that's okay. We can paint it later. No need to wait on that. We'll just get to the underlining stuff, which here, this is what it looks like. So this is the flooring that we have purchased to match and to install in here. And this stuff is what we're gonna be laying down. It shouldn't take long. So I've cleaned the room out entirely. I gave the subfloor a good sweep. And we are ready to put that underlining down under, that's gonna go under the bamboo flooring. That's pretty much all there is to say about that. I don't anticipate it taking any more than like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do that tonight in this room. And I'm gonna call it a night, I think. Excuse me, Turkey. What's this? Do it again. It's okay. Oh my goodness, how cute! We're at Lowe's now, and I wanted to get that stuff done last night, but we realized we were missing a few steps. Like, we needed to prime the subfloor, make sure it was completely level, and get some adhesive. So we come to Lowe's to get said adhesive, and the nice woman here said, we've been out of floor adhesive for a long time, it's stuck in the middle of the ocean. So I was trying to do the floor before the trim, but I don't think we have a choice, so we're gonna have to make it work doing the trim before the floor. We're at the orange store and we think they have it, and it's not cheap. For 1 gallon, it's like $35 to $46. Oh my gosh. All right, it's a whole day later. We found our glue at Home Depot, and guess how much it was? $100. $100. I don't feel great about that, but apparently it's something we have to have. We can't skip it. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. Right, babe? Mm-hmm. And we're gonna knock it out today. Right? Okay. It's been a hot minute. I know. Listen, I have good reasons. Good to me, at least. So I literally think the last thing I told you guys was that we were gonna finish the flooring in that bedroom in 1 day. And that did not happen. I think we're about 2 weeks out from that day. I haven't said this on my channel yet, but I have some pretty gnarly chronic health conditions that hit me real hard the past year. Like, I literally thought I almost died. But within the past couple months I've been okay, but it flared up in that time, which is why I have not recorded a single thing for 2 weeks. So I had a bit of a flare up. In fact, I just got back from a doctor's appointment now and got a potential new diagnosis on top of everything else. So let's see, what do I need to update you on? we're about halfway done with the flooring in that room. My husband, so that last day I filmed with y'all and I said we're gonna knock this out in a day. I started helping and then immediately started flaring up. Like it was just a no. I couldn't do anything that day. And throughout the past 2 weeks, my husband was like, I don't want you doing this, just, I'm gonna do it. Which is very sweet of him, that's very kind. But also, I want it done. And I feel confident that my symptoms are at bay enough today that I can do some work while he's gone. And hopefully he won't get mad. But I paid for the floor, so he can get mad if he wants it. So that happened. We're about halfway down the floor. My goal today is I just want the floor done in that room, the floor, because I want to start putting the trim in, which I already showed you guys. And then after that, we should be almost done with that room. The flooring and then the trim. But we need to get new like electrical outlet situations. We need to do that. We need to do something about the doors. All the closets in this house have those bifold closet doors, which I don't hate. I honestly don't, but I think we can do something better. I don't know if they're gonna stay that way and we're gonna like dress them up a bit, make them look more high-end, or if we're gonna get different doors. I don't know. Doors are expensive, so we wanna keep those costs low. Speaking of costs being low, I would like to show off my thrift / Facebook finds as of late, so let's go. If you are in the market for new lighting for your house, don't buy new. Like seriously, you'd be surprised what you can find used. And people are scared, it seems like, to buy used light fixtures because, well, I don't know why, honestly. Let me show you the ones I have found. I found this one. This was, I think, like 30 bucks. I found this one, which is gonna go in the kitchen. I need to paint, well, I don't need to, but I want to paint the silver more of a gold. I might do a dedicated video for that project, like rehabbing used lighting into something you want, because this was $40, I think, which for lighting is very good. And it's like exactly what I was looking for, but just the wrong color, so we can make it work. These I got, there's one in each bedroom. Like each of them was $40. So 2 ceiling fans for $80, that's great. Which, how come nobody's talking about how ugly ceiling fans are? Like, ceiling fans are just not exciting. I mean, I love the modern ones, but this is just not a modern house. It's not gonna fit in this house. So I'm trying to find things that fit in the house. And they're boring. All of them. Like, no matter how high end you get, they're boring. I hate ceiling fans. Somebody needs to do something about that. Let's design some cool ones. What else? Yeah, here's the other fan right here. Just taking up our living room space. That's another thing. If throughout the next videos you see these big white boxes, this is flooring. We don't have anywhere to store it because, I mean, we do technically, but you don't wanna, this is heavy flooring. Like, it's hardwood. And so you don't want to stack it all up and put it in one spot because it might be bad for your joists. So we've been spreading them all throughout the house. This chair, this was a $20 Facebook find. It's just like an old granny rocking chair. And it did have one of those aprons at the bottom, like one of those skirts. But, oh, you look so pretty there, honey. Cookie. Oh, so pretty. I ripped it off. And then I took a flame to the edge of the fabric there to melt it so it wouldn't fray. And it kind of looks unfinished if I point it out to you now, but unless you're like sitting on the floor looking at it, you can't tell. And I think that upgraded it to more of a modern look just by removing the skirt alone. So that was $20. Then I found this guy. This was $50, and this was a very new Target. She said she got it from Target, and she was just getting rid of it because she has to move. Like, it's a perfectly good chair. And then we have the couch. This couch has seen some stuff. I have been working on patching the couch. I just can't, I don't want to throw it away. I feel bad about throwing furniture away. Like, it's still fine. You can still sit on it, and I feel bad about it. So the reason I'm patching it is because my cat has been doing that. And I don't want to throw a couch out because of something as trivial as that. It's still a couch. It works fine. So I've been working on patching it. Let me show you up close. It's not my prettiest work, but you know, it's fine to me. Like, I don't care if I have the perfect couch. In fact, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, what is it called? It's called Grand Millennial interior design, and I love it. Like, I love little bits of, you know, Granny's house, like doilies and Afghan blankets like that, and big oversized lamps, like bright green. But it's hard to figure out how to put those things in your house without it looking dated. And then I found out about Grand Millennial style, and it's like the perfect blend of your grandma's house with a modern touch. Grandma chic, some people call it. And I'm all about this. So I'm trying to, like, if I see something old that I like, and I'm a little scared of it, and I'm like, I don't know how that will look, I'm trying to just be inspired by that style. So I'll go on Pinterest and I'll just like look up Grand Millennial style and see what I can come up with. And like that brown chair, for instance, the original chair without the apron, it looks pretty, you know, granny-esque, but I put it in a room with some modern touches like this, and I think, like, I'm not to the point where I'm perfecting the decoration in my house. Like, we're trying to get the major rehab done. We're trying to get the major rehab stuff done first, so in the future, I'll do more videos about that, I guess, but anyway, I'm trying not to focus on the decor too much now. I'm trying to get the big stuff done, and then we can do the fun stuff. Goal for today, finish the flooring in that room before my husband gets home from work. And if it was anything like yesterday, he's gonna be gone till 8. So I have a lot of time. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I put this too low. We have what we're calling groups. So the flooring we purchased came with, hi BP, 3 size variations of these planks, these rows. There's a biggin, a medium, and a small. And we're just following a specific pattern. And I'm trying to make sure that these lines right here, that they don't keep like lining up across the floor in a line, because that's super irritating to me. I want it to look random. Hi baby. Random and just no weird patterns showing up. So this is, I mentioned glue earlier at Home Depot. I got my big bucket of glue. So what I have to do is, well, basically my methodology is going to be get the next group, so the next 3 rows of the small, the medium, the large, get them cut to size, all lined up, ready to go, remove them, lay down the glue, and then put them back in place permanently with the glue. So I just got the next small piece. Let me just go ahead and put that in place. And I'm not like shoving it in the grooves already right here. I'm just placing it. So I'm at a wall right now, and the instructions said to leave a gap between the wood and the wall, because what can happen is with temperature fluctuations, apparently wood can expand pretty bad. So if you had it snug tight all the way against the wall in there, you could encounter some buckling floor, I guess. I actually don't know what would happen, but we're following the directions, so I'm keeping that in mind too. Okay, so now I get the next piece. And I have to find the edge that has the little groove so I can fit in there. So I have a scrap over here. I'm gonna check it real quick. Will this fit? Oh my God, is this gonna be perfect? Almost. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut. All right, so I need this to be like right here. So then, I always get this wrong. Okay. I have to account for the fact that when I put this in place, it will scooch over this way the tiniest bit when I slide it in the groove. So I don't want to cut it just at the where the two meet, but I don't know how to account for that, so I'm trying to think. Here's what I have to do. I need to cut this side. All right, so I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna line it up. And then, I'm not gonna put a mark there, but instead like right there. And then I'm gonna put an X on the side I need to cut off. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go to the miter saw. Let me tell y'all a little story. So, I don't remember when it was, but I was cutting on a miter saw the other day. And, you know, I always hear about like pieces of wood flying at your face when you cut, and I've been scared of that. And I've been wondering, when is this PPE actually gonna come in handy? Well, it came in handy that day, let me tell you. So what happened was, I was cutting a piece, and I was actually cutting a piece of flooring, and we were trying to cut out a relief piece. So like we needed to fit a piece of floor like under a door or something, and the door, whatever, we needed to cut out like a little piece like this in a piece of floor. And most people would use a jigsaw. However, I felt more comfortable with the miter saw because the jigsaw, like I can't figure out how to like be steady with it. And since the miter saw is so heavy and stationary, like I feel a little bit more steady with it. So I decided to do that cut with the miter saw. So what I did was, I need to put my gloves back on because of the splinters. Most people lay a piece like this on a chop saw. I laid it like this. And then I just brought the saw down, like little by little across the piece I needed to cut out, but I didn't cut all the way through. So I just brought the saw down a little bit at a time, like halfway through. So what I ended up with, as I was traveling along, was like little pieces of wood sticking up. And I went to cut one, and it flew right at my face. And it hit my goggles. I was wearing these. It hit right where my eye was. And I thought, holy I'm so glad I was wearing goggles, because that would have been a trip to the hospital. So, long story short, wear your PPE, wear your gloves, always put your hair up when you cut, always wear goggles, always wear ear protection, because I just started getting into cutting stuff and that's already happened to me. So, be safe. I want to put it this way because I'm going to hold it with my left and cut with my right. It's unplugged! Don't be yelling at me right now. Just trying to scare my cat off. Alright, my hair is up, my goggles are on, my ear muffs are on, my gloves are on. I have some support. Wow, why are you running here? I don't want to hurt your ears, Katie. I have some support for the edge of this, so I don't have to like wiggle it around. And alright, let's just do the dang thing. So I'm bringing the saw down. I'm not pressing the trigger yet. I'm just making contact with the board to see if the saw is going to cut in the right spot. My fingers are out of the way, and I see I'm off a little. So I'm going to scoot it and try again. And that seems good to me, so I'm gonna cut. Now I'm gonna unplug. Okay, let's go back and see if it fits. That's a good fit. I maybe cut it a little short, which I don't know how that happened on the sleeve. Oh no, wait, I have this scooted over. Alright, there we go. So this needs to be like right there. And this will come. There we go. Yes, perfect. All right, now I just have to do that over and over and over again. And next is a biggin. Biggin here. Okay. No! See how it lines up perfectly like that? I don't want that. I need to scoop this down like this. And I already have a big scrap here. Right? Yes, okay. So let's use the scrap. Line it up like such. If you want some help, like getting the pieces completely aligned, but you don't want to damage the wood, the floor wood that is, get a scrap piece of wood you don't care about. And then they'll line up. So what I'm going to do is get a biggin. Wait, is this another biggin? It is. Okay. So I need this side. No, it's cut. Okay, so I can't use that scrap. I don't know if that makes sense. I will try to explain. So, some of the scraps still have this side, like, I'm gonna call this the female side, because I don't know what else to call it. Some of the scraps have this still intact, but the other side where there would have been a male end is cut off and it's now flat. So if you're trying to put a piece where like you would need the male end next and it's cut off, you can't use this scrap. You have to get another piece of wood. Which is just what happened with that big one back there. So I need to use a new biggin. So next I need a female end, which is this side here. But obviously I have way too much. So really, I can't lay it out to show you, but really, so this is the female end. This is a male end, so I need this end to go here next, but I can't lay it out to like figure out what side to cut. So what do? You flip it over. Flip it over. So that's my end that I need right here. So I'm going to line the edge up. Okay. And this doesn't have to be perfect because this part here against the wall is going to be covered up with trim anyway. So like it can be all sorts of uneven over there and nobody will know. You're going to cover it with trim. I'm just going to cut it a little longer than what I think. And I can always trim off more if necessary. And I'm going to put an X on the side I need to cut. Because you might think at the saw you walk all the way over there and you might think, oh, I just need to cut off the smaller end. But in this case, that's not true. So let's go back to the garage. Okay, so it's still unplugged. That should be fine. All right, let's plug it in and cut. Let's use this. Okay, let's try this. I thought I cut the wrong one for a second. Oh. Perfect. Okay. I got to go like this to talk to y'all. Alright, so y'all get the gist. I'm tired of carrying the camera back and forth to the garage, so I'm going to do the next row, which means we will have done the small, the big, and the medium. And then after that, I can show you how we glue it. To show y'all how the glue works. Here's the $100 glue. Right here. I don't know why we need it, honestly. I've always seen flooring you just clip it in. But the instructions said we needed it. The nice lady at Home Depot said we needed it. So I guess we need it. This better be the best $100 glue I've ever bought in my life. In fact, it will probably be the only time I buy $100 worth of glue. Unless I'm in some macaroni craft art competition, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Those days are long gone. Okay, so I need one of those things. This is a trowel. This is, I don't know what this is, but it'll help manipulate the glue. We are going to remove, oh Lord. Here we go. I forgot this step. Cool, I just drew on the floor. Ooh, that needs to be sharpened. Okay. I just want an approximate line of where my glue needs to end so I don't do too much. Alright. This here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scoop some glue. Put it on my trowel. No, that's wrong. I'm going to put it on the floor. Like that. This looks like a dessert. I didn't know any better. And I'm just gonna do this up to my pencil line. Then you take your trowel, the piece or the side with the grooves, and you go like that. And then you get what you picked up. And this only has a 20-minute working time, so I can't exactly move slow.